Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Sam here at CustomPCReview.com, here again with another video unboxing for you guys. And what we've got today is a brand new motherboard from the guys over at Gigabyte, and this is the Z87X-UD5H. So this is a LJ1150 socket motherboard, so it's going to support Intel's latest Haswell-based processors, Intel Core i3, i5, i7 4th generation processors. The UD5H, as you can see, the UD right here stands for ultra durable. So it's got support for the ultra durable 5 initiative. So it's going to have a lot of different technologies that they use in the construction that helps increase its durability, such as thicker copper and solid capacitors and things like that. So we'll kind of take a look at that later on as we open the box. Ultra cool, all new heatsink design, IR digital CPU power design, so international rectifier, digital VRMs. We got ultra safe. You got UEFI dual BIOS, so it's got dual BIOS in case you manage to screw one up or anything like that. And it's got USB 3.0 as well, because it's off the Z87 chipset. It's got native USB 3, and this one in particular has 10 USB 3.0 ports. So definitely looks like it's going to be a very high-end board, and you can see right here we've got tons of features that we'll quickly walk through. So we got durable black solid caps, so solid capacitors. These are Japanese capacitors, I believe. So as a part of the ultra durable program, it's got very high quality Japanese capacitors, 15 micron gold-plated CPU socket, so it just helps create a better connection to your CPU, helps it last longer. It's got Intel LAN, of course, which is obviously it's a very good LAN chip. Got IR digital power design, so we saw that before, international rectifier. And if I hold it closer, you can see this is what the chips kind of look like. Got digital power, of course, to both the CPU and the memory. 2x copper PCB, again, a part of the ultra durable initiative, which they're using thicker copper, which is supposed to help create better connections, and it's supposed to be able to move more power. So if you're overclocking or things like that, it does help out. Quick buttons, so onboard power reset clear CMOS. So this is very good if you're debugging, if you're doing overclocking or anything like that. You've got the motherboard outside of the case. It's great to have the buttons available so you can just hit them and run the computer outside the case. Got 7 fan connectors, so I got 7 of them. Debug display, which is a little info display telling you what's wrong with the computer if it doesn't turn on. OCPG PCIe SATA connector, so there's a SATA power connector to give additional power to your PCIe slots in the event that you need them if you're running multi-GPU configurations or anything like that. 10 SATA 3 ports, so got a ton of SATA 3, and of course with the Z87 chipset we are getting native SATA 3, so there's that. On-off charge, so quick charge your mobile devices even if the computer is off. Got new heatsink design. You can see the heatsink design is very cool. We'll take a closer look at it as we open the box in a little bit. UEFI dual BIOS, SLI crossfire, and gaming headphone amplifier. So enhanced audio experience, probably just has some sort of amplifier on it that will allow you to power actually more audiophile grade headphones rather than gaming headphones. Over here we've got 1 fuse per USB port, so just more stability and the ability to kind of output more power into your USB ports. We've got 3x USB power, CFOS, which is a network optimization software that it'll kind of just give you quality of service. If you want to download stuff while playing games, you're not going to have any slowdown in your games. You got 4K display support, DVI, DisplayPort, and HDMI. So it's got onboard video thanks to the Haswell chip in there. So I think that's everything in the box. So let's go ahead and open it up, take a look at it, and see what the motherboard looks like, see what kind of accessories that we're going to get, and let's go from there. So opening up the box here, it's got this giant white box in here, followed by another one which houses the motherboard, which we're going to set aside for now. We're going to check out the accessories first, then we're going to move on to the actual motherboard. So first thing we get, let's pull out the documentation first. So pretty well laid out box right here, you can see that. We've got some documentation, we've got a driver disc right there, we've got ultra durable and everything that comes with it there. So Z87X-UD5H user's manual tells you everything about the motherboard, the block diagram, which is quite useful, and everything else if you guys are interested. So there's that. Also got the multilingual installation guidebook. So if you guys need a language other than English, there it is. Got a case sticker. I don't know if anybody uses it, but you do have it anyway. Also comes with a rear I/O, right there, rear I/O backplate. So there's that. It's got a SLI bridge right there, so you can see SLI. And this motherboard will support SLI, as we'll see in a little bit. We've got a ton of SATA cables. So this thing has 10 onboard internal SATA ports. We get 2, 4, 6 SATA cables, and 3 of them are going to be right angled. So you can install them on your drives and they'll kind of look nice. Also got a USB 3.0 extension right here, and this gives you front panel USB 3.0 access if you don't have one. If you don't have USB 3.0 on your case, which you probably should, but if you don't, you can install this thing on there, and this fits right into a 3.5-inch bay, you know, so like the floppy drives, the old style floppy drives. And this connects directly to your motherboard header, and you get USB 3.0. If you need it, there's that. So let's move that off to the side, and let's take a closer look at the actual motherboard. So you can take a move that to the side there. So like that, and then it comes in a anti-static bag, which is taped. So let's go ahead and open that up. There it is right there. Very, very beautiful looking motherboard, as you can see. It's just got, you know, a ton of features on board, which is just insane. See if you guys can take a look at that. So let's go ahead and check out the VRM section right here. So it's got huge heatsink, which is the new heatsink design. Very, very good looking heatsink. It's got the silver and gold accents on a black heatsink. Let's see if I can turn get a little brighter right here so you guys can have a better look at this motherboard. It's got the 8-pin CPU power up here. Got 24-pin CPU power or 24-pin system power over here. You can see that there's a lot of space, you know, next to the CPU socket, so you're definitely able to put larger heatsinks on. But you can see that this VRM heatsink is pretty tall. So if you do have a heatsink that's very large and very low hanging, you may have issues with this heatsink. I can tell you that right now. But overall, it should be fine, especially if you're going, with a water cooling setup, or one of those, or you're going with a fairly large heatsink. You shouldn't have any issues. Got CPU socket right here, so take a look at that. Should look very good. There's that. So what's that? Got the solid black capacitors right here, and there's that. And of course we have the whole VRM section right here, And you can see right here we've got a ton of VRM pieces right there. So very, very solid power delivery system, great for your overclocks. You know, just all around, this is generally a very high-end board. 4 DIMM slots for your memory, color-coded, so you would put pairs of memory in here to gain access to Haswell's dual-channel DDR, which is, you know, more bandwidth. Up here we've got the power button, we've got a reset button, yeah, we've got a reset button as well as a clear CMOS button. Along the sides right here we have voltage checkpoints, so you can put your multimeter or something on there and you can check the exact amount of power that's going into your CPU, your memory, and things like that. And you know, that's just a really big overclocking feature, especially since generally speaking, you know, the actual internal voltage sensors and things like that aren't completely accurate sometimes. Let's see, let's keep going down the side. We've got just a ton of features. 7 fan headers, which we'll kind of take a look at later on. Got a USB 3.0 header right there with the on-off charge. Looks like, yeah, we've got another USB 3.0 header down here as well that you can take off, and you can go ahead and plug another USB 3.0 in there. Let's see, we've got the PCIe power right there, so you can plug that in if you're running, you know, a very high draw graphics cards, you know, SLI systems and things like that. We've got 10 SATA ports. 6 of them are Intel, and 4 of them should be controlled by a Marvell chip, so like a third-party Marvell chip. So there's that. Got another heatsink over the south bridge right here. So this is the actual Z87 chipset. Very nice looking, very, you know, powerful, very buff heatsink right there. Got front panel connectors in the front here, so that's for, you know, your power switch, reset switch, things like that. Got another USB 3.0 front panel header, so it's got 2. You can put a maximum of 4 front panel USB 3.0s. 2 more fan headers there, a COM port header. USB 2.0, we've got 2 of the headers there, so you can have a maximum of 4 USB 2.0 ports for the front. Got a TPM header. We've got 1394. We've got 2 of those in case you're still using 1394 for some reason. And of course, you also got the front panel audio header right there. It's all very nice, very nicely laid out, all in kind of like the bottom section of the motherboard, so you can just go ahead and plug them in. It'll look nice for your cables. There's nothing really like in the middle here, which is a very, very good layout decision. Everything's kind of in the corners, which is something I like already. And can take a closer look at some of the chips right there. So it looks like we've got a Realtek audio chip over there. We've got 3 PCIe 1X slots. We've got 2 PCIe X16 slots, and or 3 PCIe X16 slots. But you can see right here, this one's the only one wired for X16. This one's X8, and then this one actually down here is X4. So there's the PCIe slots, and then we also got a traditional PCI slot for those of you guys who have legacy devices such as sound cards or I guess network cards, things like that. Let's see, got the dual BIOS over here in case you manage to screw one of the BIOSes up while doing some overclocking or things like that. Fan headers, like I said, we've got 7, so I'm going to see if I could spot them out real quick. We've got 1 up here. Actually, yeah, 1 up here. We've got, so that's 1. We've got 2, 3, 4 over here. We've got, let's see, we've got another one over here. 5, and then 6, and then 7. So 7 fan headers in total. this board in its entirety, so you guys can take a look at it. Overall, very well designed, very full featured motherboard. You know, a lot of VRM cooling capability. Definitely one of those high-end boards that you know, used for your overclocks or a very high-end workstation. Over here, we can take a look at the back panel, back I/O right here. So we've got one PS2 port right at the top here. Got PS2 mouse keyboard combo port. Kind of a legacy port, but you know, if you guys have like very high-end mechanical keyboards that have N key rollover or anything like that, a PS2 port is probably your best bet. We've got 2, 4, 6 USB 3.0 ports back here, and of course we got the 2 headers on the board itself, which gives you another 2, so that's 8 and 10 USB 3 ports in total. We've got a dual-link DVI right here, HDMI, another HDMI, and display port. So you can definitely connect. You've got, you know, all the connections for your monitors. And remember, integrated video does support everything over here, so including the display port and all that. If you choose not to install a graphics card for some reason. We've got optical port up here for your audio. You know, if you guys got a receiver or something that you want to connect to. Dual gigabit LAN. I believe at least one of them is Intel. I'm not sure if the second one is Intel. But at least one of them is an Intel LAN port, which is fantastic. Definitely, you know, notice that the Intel ports do provide higher transfer speeds. Also got a 7.1 channel audio powered off the Realtek audio chip. Not quite sure if it has. It's supposed to have an amplifier as well on board, which will allow you to drive higher ohm headsets, or headsets with or headphones that are more audiophile grade, that have more, you know, higher resistance. So here's a look at the back of the board. Very excellent soldering job right here. So everything looks very, very nice, very, very clean. Got the socket backplate right here, along with metal screws for all the heatsinks. So you can go ahead, you know, if you need to put on a custom heatsink, or you want to change out the thermal pads or anything like that, you can go ahead, unscrew them, and take a look at that and do whatever you need. Otherwise, this is a great looking motherboard overall, and should be a very, very high quality piece of gear right here. So I think that's all I really have to say about the Z87X-UD5H from the guys over at Gigabyte. If you guys enjoyed these videos, go ahead and like and thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/custompcreview, and don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/custompcreview, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.